On a stormy day in June, a man we'll call Ray and his wife were up early brewing a fresh batch of coffee. This is his daily routine. A short drive to a bus terminal in Brownsville. On this day, Ray watched and waited with coffee on standby.
This is not a job. You don't get paid to do this.
No, not at all. I do it by my heart.
Why?
Well, because I'm a Cuban, and I know if they can do it for somebody else, they're going to do it too.
Ray flew to the U.S. from Cuba in the 1970s. He said he fled from Fidel Castro and his communist regime. He left the land he loved for freedom. When he arrived, no welcoming committee was there to greet him.
When you see your fellow Cubans here at the bus terminal for the first time, what kind of condition are they in?
Terrible.
They all arrive exhausted. For most, their trip started in Ecuador. Most Cubans walk the 3,000 miles. The distance is longer than the U.S. from east to west. Ray's seen it all.
A lot of children, men, women, doctors.
People like Luke Del Broche and his wife Adilene.
Quiero vivir una vida normal. No quiero ser rico, pero una vida normal.
His struggle for that normal life started 3 years ago when he gained residency in Ecuador. The Cuban government approves travel to select countries. The young family saved money. 2 months ago, they made their next move. Baby Christopher was 8 months old. From Cuba, the family made its final flight to Ecuador. Then they walked to Colombia. They jumped on a bus and headed north. They paid some Colombians to take them to Panama by boat. Instead, the boaters abandoned them on the Colombian coast. For 1 long week, Luke Del, with his wife at his side, baby in his arms, walked west through a jungle.
Lo único que se veía era árboles, animales, monos, río, pantano, precipicio, pasos muy difíciles, de manera que hasta con una mochila el baby aquí iba al penita, hay que subir.
The body-beating journey was also mentally and emotionally exhausting.
Y tengo amigos que han tomado otro trillo, otra vía, y se han visto tumbas de cubanos que han fallecido en el mismo río al cruzar. Dicho río hay que atravesarlo en muchas ocasiones.
Luke Del made it to Panama. His family rested for a few days. They moved through Costa Rica and Nicaragua. More jungle, swamps, and thieves.
Nunca quise volver, porque siempre pensé que el futuro para mi hijo.
They crossed through Central America. A bulk of their money was gone, most of their belongings stolen. They say Mexico was the most difficult leg of their trek. The three illegally crossed into the country that is friendly with Cuba.
El mayor temor que sentíamos, yo en lo particular,
Luke Del says Mexican authorities threatened to deport them. The family of 3 was detained in Mexico for a month.
These people are willing to risk their lives.
That's why I'm here.
Escape everything they know.
That's why I'm here.
If you weren't here, what would they have?
There is God up there, and He's sending somebody else. If you're not here, He's sending somebody else. God knows what to do.
Deseamos lo que todo cubano desea, llegar al país de la libertad, las oportunidades y la prosperidad.
Luke Del explained what it was like to finally reach the United States.
Muy emocionado, muy contento, muy alegre. Nuestra familia de Cuba también sufría desde que nosotros salimos, muy preocupados.
Is it as simple as I'm Cuban and I cross the bridge and I come to the United States and I say I'm Cuban, I'm seeking asylum? Is it as simple as that?
Yes. Yes, it is.
All the family needed were documents stating they were Cubans. They still must appear at an immigration hearing in the U.S. Luke Del and his family will start fresh. They have no home, no family here. Just fellow Cubans like Ray, who are ready with advice and a cup of coffee. A taste of home, a sip of comfort.
You're kind of like a one-man welcoming committee. You come with your coffee every day.
Every day, every morning.
Ever a day when you just said, I'm not going to come to the bus station?
No, I always think to come because I know there is somebody over here who really needs help.
Most need help getting to Miami, Florida.
But the only reason that Miami is with the most help.
Some have just enough money to buy a bus ticket.
Y nosotros migramos de Ecuador para acá.
Others are in limbo at Valley refugee camps until they figure a way to Florida. These are photos of Cubans who've made it. These images are some of Ray's prized possessions.
Most of them gonna make it. They're gonna make it and gonna make it good.
Luke Dell and his family are well on their way.
The American dream.
Yes.
One cup of coffee at a time.
Yes.
Cubans like Luke Dell and his wife are burnt out. They are spent after traveling 3,000 miles, but they made it. Tonight, they're on U.S. soil. Cubans who cross through Valley border bridges have one more journey, one short walk to make before their new life can begin. You see, it's about 200 steps from Brownsville's International Bridge to the city's bus terminal. We know, we counted. From here, Cubans can go where they want, when they can, without fear of persecution. This is their last stop on their quest for freedom. And tomorrow morning, Ray will be back out here, ready to greet the next group. In Brownsville, I'm Melisa Correa for Channel 5 News at 10.